Good evening, traders, and welcome to another StockX post-market recap. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on when should you buy and when should you sell based on our trading model. Now, what we have noticed in the Trump market that this could probably be one of the hardest things because this market is encumbered with very expensive premiums, and that makes decisions a lot more difficult. Another thing is that it's a news-based market. It often just takes one tweet from Trump to change the entire sentiment of what's going to be happening. So as a trader, you want to remain effective, adaptable, and versatile. And you want to be able to take profits whenever it's available to do so. So account management is definitely going to be one key aspect of the overall trading journey. Now, today we're going to be talking about how our model helps you find these pinpoints where you should consider taking profits. A lot of the times we find the bottoms and the tops during the days and even throughout the weeks. But using our model, it helps you eliminate the bearish bias that exists in the overall Trump space and helps you make the informed decisions you need to in order to be a successful trader. So let's get straight into it and let's talk about what happened today and how we did. So in today's session, we see that S&P 500 had a very strong sell-off and then carried itself back higher again. Now, what you see on the left side here is my daily SPX levels. Now, this here is important for us for our entry execution and also understanding when the market is bullish or bearish. The other side is our weekly map. This is basically based on the stocks that have the weekly expiration. So, Tesla, Nvidia, and all those other stocks. This is their levels that we provide at the beginning of the week. The daily levels is through the, it's different every day, and it's very important to have because with these daily levels, it's purely based off of the expiration of SPX on the same day. So you definitely get an idea about what levels are going to be moving forward. So today, we're going to start off with the trades that we've taken. Now, one thing you want to know, this is a very expensive high IV market. So when things are very expensive, you want to understand that you may not get your typical 100% winners. And that is because everything is really expensive. So in order for you to capture those gains is that you have to take profits and continue to roll as you go along. So in today's session, the trades that we have decided to take, so we decided, we first started our day off by selling our Nvidia calls, which we had swung from yesterday. And we knew Nvidia would do well, so we took our 52%. Okay, that was the high of the day on this premium. We sold this for around 3.68. The high of the day on that was around 4.2, so not a bad sell. And you would have had to held that throughout the entirety of the day. The second thing that we did is we tried to buy Meta puts, didn't get the entry, so we avoided it. We added more to our Netflix 820 position. This probably wasn't the best thing to do because Netflix was very strong, but considering how that this was our roll up. So yesterday we made, 60% on our Netflix puts, and then we rolled into a smaller size. This play actually exploded when we first got that fill, and we just held it. So we didn't sell it, but we added more to that to see if there's more weakness. We got our Tesla 200 put here. Now this one here, I knew right off the bat that it wasn't a good entry, but we already had plans to reconsider on adding more. So this is another swing that we took. Now, based on those positions, we have 3 pairs of shorts that was basically with profits this week. MSTR, Netflix was a roll, and we also added Tesla. So I knew at this point no more short swings that we want to take. So we start focusing on intraday trading, and this is where the fun begins. So we took the SPX 5800 put at 4. We knew that the 5800 put was outside our range because when we do our daily levels, our maximum range this week was at 55.38 Now on my weekly levels is basically based on the expirations that end for the Friday. My bottom level is at 55.32. So I said that in a tweet that between 55.38 and 55.32, that's the key strong support that you see on SPX. Okay, and the reason why the market dumped here was because of Trump tweeting that he was going to increase 50% tariffs on Canada due to the whole trade war that's going on with regards to Ontario and possibly shutting off electricity. So big fight happening on that regard. But you can see that this level was purely the bottom, and we'll talk about that shortly. Now going back to the trades, we knew that this was outside of our range where on our weekly and our daily levels. So we knew we had to get up whenever we had a chance. So we bought the PLTR 75 put, and we did this as a large size because we were confident about this going down. And when we took the PLTR, so PLTR was very straightforward play. When we decided to take PLTR, that was around 11, around this time over here. This level 1 bearish zone here. So as you guys can see, if we go back to PLTR, we decided to take it at this point right over here. Okay, and we played the inflection point, and we didn't want to hold it too long. Okay, because it was a large size. So we sold those PLTR for 30%, took our profit, and we're good with that. We took our SPX puts profit as well, and that was at 25%. Okay, so nice on that. And then we decided to get a scalp on Broadcom at 185. Now this Broadcom put, this is where it kind of messed up because we actually did very well. These went to 30%, right? And we should have sold because it was meant to be a scalp, but we didn't end up selling that, and we ended up just breaking it, which wasn't a bad play. It was pretty much good today. So interesting to see that. So if we go back over here, just to give you guys an idea, that trade was a nice one as well. Okay, so when we bought it then, let's see, go down. It did hit 30%. I don't know where if I posted that. Where did that go? Okay. Looks like I didn't post that update. But anyways, so that was a decent trade. We just sold it for break even on that. And the final trade that we did was we took the SPX 5640 call. Now, why did we take this trade here? So this trade was very important, okay? And going back to the concept of when to buy and sell. So level 3 bearish is our reversal zone over here, okay? And also our reversal zone on our SPX over here. Okay, so that was one thing that we noticed. The second thing, and these levels are all time stamped, so you guys can see right over here, our weekly analysis was then, level 3 was 55.32, right over there. And our NASDAQ level also confirmed that level 3 was there too, which is also right over here, as you guys can see, was there. So we knew that this area had to be a strong support regardless of the news. So we've taken that that information, looked at the call premiums, and we gave SPX a little bit of wiggle room, right? So we waited until it went to the WAP here, and we actually bought at the WAP because this is a point where we knew, okay, you know what? We bounced off our level. The news is bad. We didn't break through. So we're going to see a potential covering rally. So we got that. We sold 4 contracts for around 87, and then our last runner for 257%. If we had held, we sold around over here at 56.20. If we had held, those contracts would have went to 11. So with using the model's information on buying at the particular inflection points, you can do very well as a trader. And going back to all our levels, you can see as well that all this information is all time stamped. So if you look at QQQ, right? You can see that it broke down in the bearish breakdown, broke down our estimated weekly highs, didn't bottom at 465 yet. You can see that we stopped at level 3 over here. You can see that Nvidia pretty much stopped around our level 1 bearish support and went in the chop range. You can see that we called exactly the bottom on Tesla at 218. That was literally right over here. It stopped right there and it just started to pick up. So let's see if that continues to hold. You can see here that Netflix didn't get our level 2 bearish and pretty much ripped around there. Not 100% accurate, but still very good information over here. You can see that PLTR hit our level 1 bearish multiple times. You can see that over 3 instances. It tries to get through the level, can't break down, and its trend is confirmed to the downside, okay? Because that's what our level 2 states here. So it's gonna probably try to retest that level 3 again. You can see that Meta often holds our estimated weekly low, 590. Once again, it looks like it can get to 577 if the market does get weak. We've seen SMCI hit our level 1 bullish, and that's where it stopped. It's pretty much been in a chop range for all week. You can see that our CrowdStrike stopped around our level 2 bearish, picked up, but the trend has been confirmed to the downside. So you want to see this stock eventually go lower. I think CrowdStrike can go lower as well, because it did have a very good day today. But watch that to see if there's more weakness. You can see that MSTR bounced very close to our estimated weekly low right over here at 230. You can see that coin, we called the exact bottom at around 176 and it started to pop. You can see that, we didn't do levels on that, but you can see that ARM also bouncing off our estimated weekly low as well. You can see that Snow's bouncing off our level 2. So whenever you see level 2 bearish, that means, or bullish, that means the trend has been confirmed. So going back to our main subject of when to buy and sell, this here is a idea that buying puts on Snow might be a good idea, because it hit this point earlier on this week. It got a chance to consolidate and pretty much pick higher. And this is an idea when you could buy and getting some puts as a potential swing, because that's when the premiums are cheap. You can see here that we call the bottom on UPST so far. So, you know, selling at around 45 is key, and it looks like it popped again. So if you were to roll with profits, you would want to see you would sell it here, wait for a pop, and then get back in at that particular point, because you know it's a hard level, right? And you see here that Broadcom often, you know, hits our level 2, bounces. That was last week, but so far it's held our level 1 bearish number again, and it's possible that if it gets out of this chop range, it may get to level 1 bullish. So that looks a little bit better to the upside. You can see that level 2 bearish hit on App 11, and it's still, you know, the trend has been confirmed. You can see here GS still bouncing around our level 3 bearish at 525. Okay, so it's at a bottom zone, trading in this bearish breakdown range. Very possible it could get to 520 this week. You can see JP Morgan, very similar thing, where pretty much banks are bottoming, so we're watching that carefully. You can see that RGTI is somewhat bouncing on our estimated weekly low, and you know, ASML has gone way beyond our level there, similar to Hood and BABA. We're watching this as well, as the trend has been confirmed to the downside, but it popped exactly off my numbers. Okay, now this information, you see we call the bottom on Visa as well, and Apple, we didn't do levels on Apple this week, but because I didn't put the alerts, this was last week's stuff. But you can see right over here, we called a lot of the bottoms on the tops so far on a lot of these stocks. So if you guys have trouble buying and selling, using our model information can definitely help. And these things are definitely timestamped at the beginning of the week. So with that being said, you know, our consistency is there. Our ability to find the best entry points and exit points is also there. It's become very difficult in this market to find the right trade at the right time. So you have to make sure that you have a reason for every trade you take, and you look at it in inflection points. I do the homework for you, and I give you all these levels and teach you how to incorporate into your trading journey. So thank you once again for tuning in today. We'll see you guys in the next post-market recap, and like always, let's get that money.